Art Jam. Tonight's just going to be a little informal. We're going through, we've got a few friends in, other people may join in later in the night. We're not really doing it for any big reason, just test out the new Google Hangout on air for our new system, see if it works better than TinyChat. A quick rundown of the rules. We have 20-minute sessions. During this beforehand, each artist is given a subject and an action. Basically, the subject will be the subject of a phrase. The action is what that subject is doing. Each artist will get a different random one, so everyone draws something different, and then they have 20 minutes in which to draw, sketch, or do whatever to make their best interpretation of that phrase. After 20 minutes, we take a 10-minute break, and then we go on and just start the whole thing over again. When time is running down, we'll do one last round where everybody gets the same phrase, and we all get to see what the artist decided to do for that. The words that are randomly generated come from a list that we have generated. We've got a default list, but if you wish to see something, you can pay $1, send it over to us at tfrevor@910cmx.com, and we'll add that word in. It will be, once the word is chosen, though, it will be removed from the list. So, I mean, you can add as many words as you'd like in, or if you really want to weight the randomizer toward your stuff, you can add the same word in a bunch of times. Remember, that's subject and action. So let's go ahead and get started. Right now, we've got two of our artists with us. Let's go ahead and say hello to the artist from both The Watch and his own comic, City of Reality, Ian Sampson.
Howdy, howdy.
And we also have a friend of the 910 as well as a podcast leader for the both. What are your two podcasts? This is
Animation Aficionados and Comic Connoisseurs.
Comic Connoisseurs.
Comic Connoisseurs.
I don't know. I mean, you're talking about modern DC. I mean, that's definitely kind of a sewer.
We don't talk about modern DC. We talk about good stuff, like Adam Warren, which is our topic later tonight when we do the show tonight.
But let's go ahead and let me start up by giving our two artists their words. We're going to go ahead and start up. Something what happened here. Let me bring up a different program for my word generator.
Kitty Hawk says she's just going to watch today, by the way, Neil. I mean, Tom, pardon me. Sorry.
Okay. Now, all of our words have been donated by 910 members as well as other artists who have been here previously. So, who would like the first words? Ben, you're new, so we'll go ahead and give them to you since everybody chimed up at once. Your subject is going to be from the DC Animated Universe, Harley Quinn. And her action, baking a cake.
Can you repeat that? You came in really garbled.
Yes, from your subjects are going to be from the DC Animated Universe, Harley Quinn. And her action is going to be baking a cake. This next one for you, Ian, ought to be relatively easy for you. The subject is going to be from The Watch, Robin Erickson. And the action is going to be dancing. Fun for everybody.
I'm sorry, Tom. I caught like 2 words out of that.
Okay, Ian, were you able to hear me?
Yeah, you have Harley Quinn baking a cake.
Right.
And we'll have to figure out what the connection issue is on that one.
Yeah. I think I mean, if Ian was able to hear me, it might be something on your end, Ben. But let's go ahead and, Ian, you heard what yours was, and to repeat it, yours was Robin Erickson from The Watch, and his action is dancing. So you have 20 minutes, and let's go.
Okay. I wish I heard that.
Did you hear it from me? It's Harley Quinn baking a cake.
Harley Quinn baking a cake. That's what I'm supposed to... Okay, I got it.
Okay. Do we know if anyone else is joining in tonight?
I've sent invites out to some of the usuals. I know Darren Brown, my co-conspirator on our webcomics over at murrayandlouie.com, and the revitalized crossworlds.ws, was planning on joining us. Like I said, I've also sent out other invites, so we'll see what happens with that. Okay, we've got somebody who's joined in, showing as Maggie. I see a little bit more of the controls here. I'm getting used to this new Google Hangout software. And one of the things that we have for those who've joined into the event is we now have the Q&A, question and answer app running. So you should be able to submit questions, and we'll see them over here, and I'll relay them on to our artists. I'm sure as we go on tonight, we'll also see some of the different software that's used by our artists. I know, Ian, you're using the Manga Studio software, are you not?
Yes, I am.
I know that some artists like Darren actually only uses Photoshop in the final stages of the art. He's a traditionalist and does his drawing and his penciling and his inking on a sort of a cardstock paper, sort of for the nice texture that he gets, and then is able to scan that in, does his edits in Photoshop as well as the coloring.
Is it working now?
Ah, we see you now.
Good. Sorry about that. It's
Now, what sort of software and hardware are you using, Ben?
I'm using a Microsoft Surface Pro version, Generation 1, with Autodesk's Sketchbook Pro. I've had good luck with it, but then again, I'm mostly a line artist, and I'm actually thinking of seriously switching to Manga Studio, especially after I've seen what Ian can do with the watercolor tool he has. I don't know if you get a referral or anything, Ian, for that, but there you go.
All right.
And
It
Ian,
has been on sale from time to time, so I'll keep an eye out if that pops up.
Cool.
Ian, I mean, are you using a tablet? I mean, I know that some of the artists like to use Wacom tablets. Ben mentioned that he's using the Surface Pro tablet. Some people like to use the Wacom tablet, like the Cintiq or the Graphire.
Nova.
Okay, Ian, you're coming in very mechanical and echoey.
Well, don't worry. I think he's about to sing. I remember. Don't worry. The first time, the last time we ever met. All right, what kind of cake should it be?
Well, that's up to the artist. And artist, you have 12 minutes left.
Holy shit! I better get this thing done. Okay. There we go. All right. I think that's good for the lines. Now, Tom, am I allowed to talk about my process while I'm doing it, or would that be distracting?
Be my guest. Go right ahead.
All right. Well, this is my way of doing things, and this is probably why it takes me a lot longer to draw. But what I do is I draw a rough composition. I take the composition layer, half its opacity, lock it, create another layer on top of it, and that's my main work layer. All right, let's do this thing.
Okay, I think we've just lost Ian.
He was the greatest mind of his generation.
And Ian's back. And he's gone again. Yeah, I noticed that. I mean, I saw some artists. I mean, a lot of them work like Ian does, where he makes the skeletal structure, the big stick figure, and then kind of molds everything around that. You seem to work more with curves in generalization than you do with the placement of the. Okay, looks like we've got Ian back, as can be seen. I'm still amazed by how some of the artists like you, Ian, can just.
There we go.
Artists in general just astound me. I mean, granted, I'm a writer and my drawing is about as good as. Well, I can draw flies if I've been working in the garbage pits. But just how quickly some of you work and get some of the stuff in there. And we're at 8 minutes and 50 seconds. Yes, people may be hearing the little click, click, click as I type on my laptop. Okay, artists, we're down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Yeah, the last time we did this a month ago, we actually started up the Art Jam. We've done it on occasion for different charity events. The flooding after Hurricane Katrina and many other things that we've done like that. And last week we did one for a GoFundMe for charity, which we raised over $1,500, helped pay off some medical bills. I see we've got one viewer out there. For our one viewer, if you notice, if you joined in on the event, that we do have the Q&A app available. If you want to ask a question of any of our artists, go ahead and type it in there, and we'll pass it on. Yes, over on the left-hand side of the window, where you have the different apps, if you move your mouse over there, it should slide out. One of them is listed as Q&A, and it will give people a chance to ask their questions. We also have the Showcase app running, which shows up some of the different comics that we have for the presenters, starting off with, of course, with the 910 Comics Webcomics community, where we have our forums, our gallery, where we've got the art from the last art jam we did, along with some things that have been done, and links to all of the comics that are members of 910. I'm going to have to get a second computer just to show this. We're down to 2.5 minutes, folks. So be sure to finish up what you're doing. If you want to, you can finish it on your own time. Yeah, you do see the yellow thing, which is the showcase. Surprised it doesn't show the Q&A. Weird, since I spent so long trying to get that thing working with this. Time's coming down. We're at 1.5 minutes. And as you see, our artists have coming down at the 30-second mark. Pretty well finished. And that's 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Put your pencils, pens, styluses down, whatever you got. And as I show our final looks over at Ben, we've got Harley baking a cake. And then over at the end, we've got our Robin Erickson dancing. So we're going to go ahead and take 10 minutes. Artists, go ahead and put your mics on. Give you a little chance to take a breather and tell us anything you want. We'll go ahead and start with Ian. How are things going down on your end?
Fine. I don't have much to say right now.
What are we going to be seeing City of Reality start back up again with the next chapter?
Really have to ask questions like that.
Okay, well then, who put bomb to bomb? And then, on that note, we'll go ahead and go over to Ben. Ben, how about you? You were talking about you're starting up your webcomic again?
Yeah, if I can, Hero Academy still has a whole artist kerfuffle where every time I think I found an artist, they vanish, or they freak out every time I try to draw Majestic Knight. Something happens in my life, and I'm like, oh crap. So it's like, it's very painful trying to work with other people and also working with yourself at the same time. So and as you can see, I'm out of practice. This really didn't come out as well as I thought it would. Harsh critiques are welcome.
Let me take a quick look, see if we've got any other artists that are ready to join in. Not quite yet. So, artists, if you're ready, we can go ahead and we'll start a little early on the next round.
Okay. Here's a weird question. It's, let's say if I give Ian a commission to do on the live stream, would that happen, or are we doing strictly the ad libs?
For today, we're not going to be taking commissions. It's just primarily test out the software, find where our difficulties lie.
That's fine. That's cool. I was just Oh, Maggie left. That makes me sad.
No, I think that she went over to the tried to sign up for the event to see if we can how the viewers are going. See if the Q&A is over there.
Okay, let's see. Where is the Q&A? Because I saw the Q&A button earlier.
Well, it wasn't showing up for her.
Well, I believe you. Well, stop. Okay. Okay. So, Tom, what kind of lag are we getting right now?
Well, let's go ahead and find out. I am currently showing at the beep will be 7 minutes and 34 seconds and 30 seconds. Let's see. Let's see. I can bring that up, but I'm not getting anything there. So let's go ahead and go on to our next round.
Yes, sir.
And we'll start off with Ben again. Ben, your subject is from Marvel Comics, Gwen Stacy. And her action is playing with toys or puppets.
Which Gwen Stacy can I use?
Whichever one you want.
Thank you.
And Ian, your subject is going to be, and this is all random, from The Legend of Zelda's Link. And his action is he's going to be a pirate. Very appropriate considering what today is.
Well, do what you want because a pirate is free.
If I remember correctly, today is Talk Like a Pirate Day. And you all have 20 minutes starting now.
Yes, it is what you think it is.
If anybody asks, I am talking like a pirate today, just the modern pirate. I've worked enough on computers that I should know a little bit about something about that.
Some used that brush while he was filming Death in the Darkness in 1985. I bought it from his personal hairstylist.
I'm hearing something in the background.
Can I see it?
Apparently you've got Pirate Link as a puppet, Ben.
What? No. Think of what kind of puppet Gwen Stacy would have. Dark, macabre humor.
Well, Gwen Stacy was, back in the old days, one of the popular girls at high school, so basically the football team would be her puppets?
It's gonna be Green Goblin, damn it. Now I got kind of an expression for her. You know, I really never preferred Gwen Stacy. I always thought MJ was the girl for Peter, but what do I know?
I've read something interesting. I hope they're doing something now that the former editor-in-chief and horrible story writer is no longer in charge. I actually saw a copy of what I think is supposed to be the last Amazing Spider-Man, issue number 700.5, and had two great stories in there. One actually seemed more like a Fantastic Four story, where Johnny Storm bursts into Peter's apartment after a long night of web-slinging with a satchel that contained something that Reed was going to accidentally use to destroy the world, brought to him by the Thing from the future. And I don't mean the big blob, I mean Benjamin Grimm. You can tell because he's got a beard. The second one was very reminiscent of the Boy Who Collected Spider-Man.
Classic. It was a beat story, too.
Yeah, this one was more, it starts off with Spider-Man rushing into a hospital with a boy bleeding from a gunshot wound, and talks about the situation about that. I mean, it's definitely an angsty moment for Parker, but it's also a very heartwarming one, too, if you read the story. And like I said, I believe that this is supposed to be the last issue of Amazing Spider-Man. They're going on with, they had Superior Spider-Man. They're having something else now, so they're changing titles again. I think both DC and Marvel decided, well, 700 is enough issues for anything. And we are at 14 minutes and 40 seconds.
I'm getting faster, that's for sure. Actually, the lag's not too bad this time. You know what? She's just gonna have a bemused-looking face because I don't know what else to do with her. Just like all the writers, they don't know what to do with her. Everyone knows she's gonna die, so what they do, they made her a science genius that can be the only one that can create the lizard cure at the end of the damn movie, and the only one that can knows how to return the power grid back on. I mean,
we've actually had something come up on the Q&A. Ian, thank you, Ian, who says that it shows up on the event page after clicking the 9-square grid icon by the question mark icon. So if you click that, you'll see the Q&A where you can pop up and ask questions. And please, we will take questions. And in fact, since this is just a software test, just friends getting together type of thing, rather than standard art jams we'll be doing, if you have something, a word, the subject or action that you would like to see done, go ahead and let me know through the Q&A, and I'll add them in. Just don't get ridiculous. This is going to be PG-13-ish night, and don't send me 100 words at once as well. Maybe one or two. And in fact,
was that Tom?
No, that was something coming through my headphones.
Okay.
No, but the thing that I really liked about 7.5, the thing that gave me hope, was that they mentioned the first story, the one with Johnny Storm and the Fantastic Four, is that it seems like Peter Parker is dating again a certain familiar redhead.
Really? So what they do about Silk?
I have no idea. Like I said, I haven't read Marvel and DC comics for a while now. I'm take a look at them again to remind me why I don't read Marvel and DC. But this one, these stories actually were good enough that I bought the comic.
Okay, good, because I fucking hated Silk.
And I mean, I may have misinterpreted, but it definitely, because there was even a bit there. Yeah, if you're not dating her, I mean, is she available? From Johnny Storm, of course. Who, what can you say? He married an alien woman, so.
He married an alien who he thought was his best friend's girl.
Yeah.
I mean, there's issues with that. Just to.
I will say the Google Hangout on-air software is a little clunky to use for some of the things. I have to switch back and forth, and I actually have to choose specifically to tell it present this to everyone, so that people can see what's going through on here.
That's not how an elbow looks. That's what an elbow looks like. That's not how you draw cleavage.
Well, you can do the Rob Liefeld, where basically cleavage goes down to the navel.
That's not how you do it either. Let's see here. Gwen Stacy usually wears sleeveless numbers.
Really enjoying the Pirate Link. It has a very strong Peter Pan-ish vibe. I'm sure you're all waiting with bated breath for the new Super Smash Brothers game coming up.
Time, Tom?
The time is 9 minutes and 45 seconds.
Thank you, sir. She always has the hair thing in. Tom, I gotta thank you again. I think I'm actually improving while I'm drawing because of this thing.
Oh, I like that goblin.
You do?
It's like a gonzo goblin.
That's actually what I was going for. Wow, I actually got complimented for my weird art style.
Well, if his nose was any bigger, he could be my brother. Sorry, Lewis. Not my fault you have a big nose.
Your dad's. She's giving a perturbed look, but I've never been able to do a good perturbed look.
I think I'm going to have to check on that randomization that I'm using, because Pirate Link has come up 3 times just walking through some of the random choices I have.
I think that's just fate telling you something, Tom. I mean, am I right, guys?
Gotta put that away. Sorry, I'm going through some paperwork that I have. I recently had to get my car license renewal.
Which you can do online now at texas.gov.
If you get the paperwork reminding you that you're supposed to be renewing it, yeah, you can do it that if you're here in the state of Texas. No, I mean, the state of Texas is both one of the fastest and the slowest license renewals that I've ever seen. And this is in the office. I went in there to get it renewed. Terrific. Got right in. Didn't have the paperwork you needed to think. You don't need the paperwork. Just give us your license number. Show us your proof of insurance. No problem. Brought it all up. handed my credit card, and their systems crashed. The entire system crashed. So it'll be down about half an hour. Just come back in half an hour. Yeah, right. So I come back in half an hour. The first thing they ask me is, do you have your paperwork? The paperwork they said I didn't need. Fortunately, you can use last year's receipt of your license, so I went out and got my paperwork since I stuffed everything in the glove compartment box pertaining to my car. Brought it in, and no, they're still not taking their credit cards. So I had to run out to the bank, pull out the cash, come back, and try it again. And of course, if their systems were down, they couldn't give me a physical plate for my trailer, which I was also trying to get at the time. The government, it works for you.
Previously on Spider-Man.
And we have 3 viewers. For our viewers, you have up in the upper right-hand corner by the question mark icon, you should see a 9-square grid icon where you can click on that and bring up the Q&A window where you can ask questions, and we can send those on to our artists. Someone please do so we can make sure that it works. The entire thing we're doing tonight isn't just so our artists have a little bit of fun drawing and stretching their muscles, but also going through and making sure the software works, seeing how what the advantages and disadvantages are to the tiny chat we used last time, and basically just ironing out those bugs. And we're fast approaching that 5-minute mark.
Yay.
5 minutes left, or yeah, that's probably it.
5 minutes at the beep. Beep.
There we go. You know, that's a little too pink for a flesh tone. There we go. Now we're on track.
Okay, artists, I don't know if you can see the Q&A as well. I've passed on the test question that Ian sent on. I'm curious to see if y'all can see it there.
Currently answering. Yep, I see it.
Okay, good, good. So that is very nice. At least if that works, very nice, very functional to where we can show it to our artists without having to go through, and I can sort out the spam and see how we'll make that an answered question.
And other assorted luncheon meats.
I like the Link Pingle. I think that's supposed to be Link Pirate.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to be a Rule 63 Pirate Link. Now, Ian, you don't have to do that either. I'm just, just talking out loud.
Yep.
Tomorrow it's going to be on his Tumblr.
Well, Ben, you can be thankful. I mean, at least it isn't a Link Ara.
Let's never talk about him again, please.
And we're at 3 minutes. It's always fun to see how much the artist can get done within the 20 minutes. I know at a lot of conventions they do the speed draw thing where they have something for the artist, very similar to what we use here. Except there it's actually live and in person on Network 23.
Spider-Man's web pattern must be the biggest test of patience for any artist ever.
Thank you, Steve Ditko.
It was actually Kirby who created the costume.
Now I could believe that.
Ditko wanted something a little bit more dark and special ops looking.
Oh, like a certain black costume?
Not quite like that.
Yes, Steve Ditko created Venom. No.
No, he didn't. Venom was originally going to be a woman.
Well, if the costume had worked out, Venom was originally just supposed to stay the black costume. And I remember the first issue of Spider-Man after he got back after Secret Wars all those years ago, where he actually had an interdimensional storage thing built into the costume, but where he was storing his camera and his other stuff there. That didn't last long. People hated the costume so much that they went with the whole Venom thing instead of a sci-fi based costume.
Let me tell you the original Venom story as McFarlane pitched it. So it was shot down by, I think it was Shooter. I could be wrong about who shot it down, but let me tell you the story, because it's actually a funny story.
Well, let me interrupt you there. Hold on, Ben, because we're reaching the 1 minute mark. So everybody make sure to finish up. We'll get into that story in just a little bit.
Sorry. We can do it. Okay. Didn't get the color of his shirt, but I actually got the color more than I thought I would. Yeah, I don't know how to color blonde. I don't know what color to use for blonde either because yellow just looks too strong.
It always works well, at least for like a pure blonde. I guess with Gwen Stacy, I'd be closer to like white yellow when it comes to coloring her. And if you shade it, I would probably go to like a desaturated red. Maybe.
And we're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, folks. Put your pencils down. Apparently, Gwen Stacy is a very messy eater.
So I'm trying to make her shirt. You know what? Take that.
And Pirate Link in his salmon pants. Okay. Well, while we get the next one ready, go ahead and tell us your story, Ben.
Okay. Well, it's not my story. It's the story of the origin of Venom. Originally, Venom was pitched to be this woman. Basically, this woman's husband died from a car accident caused by when a driver was distracted watching Spider-Man swinging around. So she hates Spider-Man because her husband died because of a reckless driver that was distracted watching Spider-Man. Yeah, that sounds weak sauce, but it's, when you consider Eddie Brock, it's not exactly that much stronger. So what happened was the editor-in-chief at Marvel said, you can't have a woman to be a credible villain for Spider-Man because she's a woman.
That doesn't sound like something Shooter would say.
It might not have been Shooter, but it was somebody that was.
It may have been an editor at the time, but there was a lot of things wrong with Shooter, but that misogyny wasn't one of them. At least that's what I've heard.
I don't think it was misogyny as much as just stupidity. So they ditched the idea of that, and they created this whole Sin Eater storyline, which incidentally created one of the better Spider-Man stories of that era.
That was Mike Zeck as the artist on that one, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I wish I could remember. I should know who the writer is on it, and I don't remember who that was. There were a lot of good storylines that took place during the Jim Shooter years, and a lot of not so good ones. Secret Wars 2, written by Shooter.
We're talking about the death of Jean DeWolf, and you should know who the writer was of this.
Now that one I definitely do. It was a new writer, relatively new writer, who was taking some chances on Spider-Man. In fact, someone who was promoted from within. He originally was one of Marvel's salespeople.
Yes, he was.
Otherwise known as Peter David, and he's definitely proven what he can do with that.
Yes, but yeah, that's the story of the origin of the Venom character. Originally, it was supposed to be a woman.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and artists. Are you ready for the next one? I see we've got new artist who may be joining us. He's muted, so um, he can IM me whether he wants to join in. Are you ready to start the next round?
I'm ready.
Alrighty.
Such a rousing support. Okay, this time we'll go ahead and we'll start off with Ian first. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, the randomization is... I keep getting as a pirate.
Well, do what you want because a pirate is free.
Okay, Ian. This will be interesting. I think I've seen this one from you before. Your subject is your least favorite animated or anime character. And your action... No, we aren't going to be doing making a cake again. Pranking or being pranked. Your least favorite animated or anime character, pranking or being pranked.
That'll require some thought.
Okay. Ben, yours is Vanellope Van Schweetz from Wreck-It Ralph. No, we're not going to be playing with toys again. Being tickled.
Pickled?
Vanellope Van Schweetz being tickled.
Pickled like the vegetable.
No, tickled like ha 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 ha.
Oh, okay. I was like, pink. Okay, that's okay. You know, I've never seen Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, do you want a different one?
Is that? I'm sorry, but
Okay, I guess that's a... okay, I'll bring something else up for you then. And if you haven't, it's a very good movie.
I keep meaning to just things happen.
That one... Okay, the one that just came up is a little too easy. Okay, your new subject is a Pokemon. You've got a
Okay.
wide variety of choices for that one. And the action is as a superhero. And we'll go ahead and we'll start now.
Okay.
Okay. The last person to come in, we had him last week as well towards the end, Evan, friend of ours. Let me go ahead and give you your words. No, we've already had Robin Erickson. Robin keeps coming up too. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that one. Okay, Evan, your subject is from the new My Little Pony Friendship is Magic show, Twilight Sparkle. This can't be too new. And the action is kissing someone.
Hey Tom, I can't think of a least favorite anime character. Can I have a different
Okay.
subject?
Then let me give you a different subject. No, you can't have Vanellope Von Schweetz. Okay. How about from Greek mythology, Medusa?
Ooh.
Medusa pranking someone or being pranked?
Yes, it's Pikachu. Yes, I don't know any other Pokemon.
There are other Pokemon?
I know. It's like people saying there are other ponies.
You mean other than Applejack? And with Evan over there drawing Twilight Sparkle, news came down that the hub is on its last legs. Hasbro has pulled out of the project. Apparently, they're going to keep partial ownership in it, but it's reverting primarily back to Discovery. It's going to be the new Discovery Family channel. Word has not been given down as to what's going to happen to the shows that are currently showing on the hub.
That's sad.
And we're at 15 minutes, 5 minutes down.
I actually got that one pretty fast.
Well, do you want another one?
No. I'm going to work on coloring this sucker.
That was a lot of yellow there.
That was a lot of yellow, fella, I know.
Super Pikachu, you can tell by the S on his costume.
It's a lightning bolt. Who just saying me while I'm busy drawing?
And we go to see the Twilight duck face. And we've got a new artist with us.
Who is
I want to say
going?
hello to my collaborator, Darren Brown.
Excellent.
Darren, can you hear me? Now we're coming down to our 12-minute mark. Time sure flies when you're having fun. Going through and I'm seeing some of the things on these windows, and I want to go scroll down and see what the rest of it is, and it doesn't quite work, does it?
Please ask questions. We love questions here.
From all three of our viewers. We do have the Q&A app. I mean, go ahead and join on in. If you've got a question or just want to make a statement to our artists, please go ahead and send something in.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Sorry, I had a rough day. I can switch computers and start drawing.
Terrific. If you would like to, go ahead and join on in.
Can you see that shading?
Very subtle on the shading, but yeah, we can see it.
Excellent.
Very nice. And we've at least got one comment in from Maggie Etta. Loving it so far. Well, thank you, Maggie.
What's so funny, Tom?
Oh, I'm looking at some of the artwork here. Looks like Twilight's going to get a little gummy. And Ian, who's apparently going full tilt and giving us a little mini comic. And we are at 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Don't forget to check out the Showcase app, which we've got running as well. We've got some of our links over there to some of the comics.
Damn it. You know what the meanest thing someone said to me about my art?
What was it?
Someone once told me it looks like my art looks worse than a Tijuana Bible. There we go. Oh my God. Okay, I'm glad we're not seeing that. I took a quick peek in Kitty Hawk's chat room. She's drawing something right now, but it's nothing we can actually stream.
Yeah, we're PG-13 tonight. Because we're recording this and it's going out for people to watch and stored forever on YouTube. That's one downfall to using this.
Well, how often has one of us, like, during one of these jams, drawn something like over NC or over PC, PG-13?
Not that I know of. Not in here. Not for the art jams here. Okay, we're at 4 minutes left.
Okay. Well, I'm actually really happy with the way this one turned out.
Well, let's see what we've got. Not Captain Thunder?
Just Thunder. I'm gonna get myself a drink of water.
And we're coming down to 3 minutes left. Well, artists, what do you think? Do you think this is a better solution than the tiny chat we were using?
I like it. I just tested out the question and answer here.
And we're at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Time is winding down very rapidly.
So, Evan, what program are you using to draw?
Well, he's muted right now. It looks like he's using Manga Studio. Is that SX or EX? EX.
Okay. All right, I'm going to save this baby. Well, I like that. You can actually, when you're in Google, you see thumbnails of the rest of the people drawing. And they are live thumbnails, so that's good.
Okay, so you can see the thumbnails?
Yes, you can.
Oh, good, good. And we've got another artist that has joined in.
John Lotshaw?
From Accidental Centaurs, and most recently collaborator, and basically the guy who put the book together, of a book that's going to be coming out from a long, long time comic character. And that's our 20 minutes, folks.
Yay!
As I go through, and we've got Ben's Pokemon Superhero. We have got Ian's Medusa being pranked or pranking someone.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me?
We've got Darren Online. And we've got Twilight Sparkle kissing someone. Apparently, Pinkie Pie's pet gummy.
Can you hear me? Testing, testing.
We can hear you, Darren. Are you
Okay, good. Finally got this mic to work.
Okay, this is probably going to be the last, second to last round. We'll have one more round after this, our bonus round where everybody draws the same thing. So let me go ahead and we'll take a quick break. And as we get ready for the next round.
All right.
So I'm not seeing like a chat or anything. Is there?
There is a word
Feed.
chat over on the left-hand side where we have, or I don't know where it is for y'all, but on the left-hand side for me, the top one is a blue box for chat. Then our screen share and showcase, which allows people to see some of the links that we have for our wonderful artists, and our Q&A as well.
I mean, like not a chat between ourselves, which is what the chat is here, but like a chat with the people watching.
Oh, there's a Q&A button as well. I click on that.
Yeah, but that's a Q&A. That's, questions that they send in. That's not like them talking and conversing and such.
Yeah, I don't know, for the people who are viewing, I don't know if they really have a way in. I think that was done purposefully, kind of way to keep the conversation separate from the presentation that's actually going on, so that a buffer for the interviewer and interviewee. Now, we are eventually, hopefully, going to have some way of debuting this over on our webpage 910.com/Art Jam. You can see the work in progress over there. But there are things that are going on with this. We're trying to, like I said, this is our test to see how things go out with it. So far, it's definitely has some major advantages over Tiny Chat, like no ad spam.
Yeah, that's nice.
I see John's room. I see John's poster.
Yep, seeing his office.
And his Bristol board. Oh, he gets smooth into vellum. Interesting. I always prefer smooth myself because I found that ink takes smooth better. Ink takes better on smooth than vellum because vellum like crevices because rougher finish.
And John staying on top of the technical aspects on there with the Polaroid camera over in the top left of his screen, to the back right of his chair.
That's actually a pretty funny Medusa prank there, Ian.
Ooh, thanks.
Mhm.
I think we need a way to see the chat, though.
Yeah. Well,
I
something
have,
for me to look into.
I have two computers though, but not everyone can have two computers.
But let's go ahead and get started on our next round. I hope all of our artists are ready. We'll go ahead and start off with, we'll give it to Darren first.
I'm not sure I'm going to be up for drawing right now.
Okay. No problem then.
But give me something, I'll see what happens.
Well, okay, like I said, this is completely random. So, your subject is Louie from our webcomic Murray and Louie, and the action is kissing someone.
Okay.
Okay, next up is Ben, since he spoke up there. Your subject is Korra from the Nickelodeon show The Legend of Korra. Well, Avatar, the last book.
I know it.
Okay. And the action is as a cowboy.
Damn.
Come on, do something. Okay, next up, Evan. Your subject is going to be your favorite comic book character. And your action is going to be flying. And that leaves, no. I definitely have to get a better randomizer in this thing. Maybe something with ping pong balls. Your subject is going to be your favorite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and the action is racing.
Gotta be Raph.
With that, the 20 minutes has started.
Korra as a cowboy.
Actually, I think I'm gonna have to head on out now.
Well, thank you for joining in.
Cool. Good times, y'all. Have some things to work out, but so far, pretty all right.
To all of our artists and to all the people viewing, please send me an email at tfrev as in Victor OR at gmail.com with things that you would like to see, things that you think went well, things that didn't go well, so we know what to improve for the next time we do this.
Okie doke. Good luck, guys. Have fun.
Thank you.
Oh, crap. It's always hard for me to draw other people's characters. I didn't even try to draw Korra before.
Pardon me.
This is probably going to be the last round for me, Tom. Tom, you there?
We are at 12 minutes. It should be 13 minutes. Can't even read my own clock.
It's okay. Even draw. Let's see if I can save this in the ink stage. How many minutes left, Tom?
We are at 10 minutes. 10 minutes left.
Thank you, sir.
I thought for future ones, maybe give out the object or art objectives and let us pick.
Sort of an are you talking for everyone, or maybe just an artist's choice round every so often?
Well, at least for one, but like Ian's, I would like to have tried myself doing Golly from Battle Angel with like jet legs.
I actually think an artist's choice round would be a good idea.
Tom.
We are at 6 minutes. Time is running down.
Thank you, sir.
I got a question for everyone. What art programs are you using?
Sketchbook Pro from Autodesk.
Testing, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2.
You are coming through.
Is anybody hearing this?
I hear you.
Okay, good. All right. All right.
I see a dog in lot shots.
Yeah, he's stupid that way. And I'll leave it up to everybody to decide whether I'm talking about the dog or John. We are past the 5-minute mark. We are now at 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
But does mine even look like Cora? I suck.
Looks like a Cora cowboy.
Well, that's something.
And we're at 2.5 minutes left. And because of things that are going on, I don't know if we're going to have time for the bonus round tonight. So I think this is going to be our last round, folks.
So roughly, how much does a aimable web camera cost?
Well, you can get yourself a cheap webcam, depending upon where you go, for anywhere from $5 on up. Just depending upon where you shop. I mean, you can get the old 640 by 480 ones for at Goodwill stores or places like that.
Okay.
If you want a higher resolution, that's going to, of course, cost more.
Right.
$$5 on up.
I was thinking of mounting one on my drawing easel.
Well, if you want, I can send you one.
Let me think on that.
Time.
45 seconds.
I did it. Oh boy.
And now we're down to 15 seconds left. Closing up on that last time for our last draw of the night. And we are at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. Time is up.
I did it.
For a test run, I think that this went rather well.
Sorry I missed so much of it.
That's okay. Like I said, this wasn't, any of our fundraiser or charity things like this. This is just testing out the new software. All this has been captured to YouTube as well. So I want to thank everyone who came in, Ben, Ian, Aaron, Evan, and John, even though John didn't do anything except test out the camera and the software. I think this all went rather well tonight.
I didn't do nothing neither.
I think it came out okay too. It's I definitely drew a lot more today than I've had in the last couple months, so I'm happy about that.
But let me go ahead and wrap this all up. I want to again thank everybody for joining in, our viewers who watched us ramble through this test, our artists, and your host, that's me. I'm Thomas Revore from 910 Comics. This has been the 910 Comics Webcomic Artists Art Jam. Thank you for joining in, and we will see you next month.
All right. Bye-bye.